phone call from Phil. Phil, what's the deal? Phil asked me what happened. I tell Phil what happened, and Phil took it upon himself to tell me what happens at his store. Okay. And like, I can't just be like, I can quote this nigga on everything he was saying. Certain things stuck out though. He kept saying that they did it on their own. I didn't tell these niggas to do it. And bitch ass niggas this and whoa. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, well, Brody say you know, somebody assisted the people or whatever. And Brody basically tell me that a couple days prior, they was brandishing weapons or something on the camera, and they was gonna take the whole whatever. They was gonna take it, but they told him if they could just go back to the time of the robbery, that's all they wanted. You know what I mean? So he told them that they can go back to the time of the robbery if that's all they was gonna do, like he was doing that to protect his people. So I'm like, Phil, like, why you just tell him this shit didn't work? Like, my nigga, and why you stay there on the scene? You the owner. Like, if a nigga get robbed in Macy's, the owner of Macy's ain't gotta pop up. You could have took the computer, you could have shut down the cameras, you could have spent, you had a heads up that a crime just occurred. Because you're peaceful, Phil. You're not violent, my nigga. Facts. You know? So, I ain't thinking about that shit, man. So, Phil called me. He made us his mission. I don't know, but I'm looking at the picture like you just went real hard on Dane Fame for his situation. It was a complicated situation. And I probably wouldn't have did what Fame did, but the situation was different. That's all I can say. But I will say this. When I ran into Fame, when he came home, I ran into Fame in halftime. And he was man enough to tell me what happened in this situation. And he gave me the opportunity to pick whether I was go, deal with him. It wasn't like, no, yeah, man, this is what it is. I fucked up. See, he told me like that, looking at me as a man. And I knew it. I already knew of his situation. And it just was, it was different to hear a nigga step to the plate and be like, man, I fucked up. But his head was still hung high. And even though with his fuck up, it was more like a situation where I can't really even elaborate on his situation. That's, for him and that. But I still respect Dane Fame as a man. I got way more respect for Dane Fame than I got for Filthy Rich. Phil, you like a hoe bitch. But we go finish this play out. So Phil called me. He admitted to his wrongdoings. And I'm like, okay. I'm not in a blast of niggas and nothing. I ain't really, okay, you did what you did. Karma will catch up with you at the end of the day. And I reflected on the situation when my nigga, when the fake paperwork got passed. And like I said, I know Phil didn't pass the fake paperwork, but you turned a blind eye on the gangster. You know that nigga Tate. Ain't no nigga go do 23 years and be no money. What the fuck? Like, nigga, what the fuck a nigga like that get out of rat? In your situation, you aided the police to keep a store. You told me that you spent $50,000 on the store or something like that. And like, nigga, you supposed to be up M's. What the fuck do $50,000 got to do in a punk at that little hole in the wall bullshit ass store, nigga? I believe you voluntarily gave that shit up. I listened to your story. I believe you volunteered. I never said Phil was on paperwork. I've never seen no paperwork on Phil. I'm not making none of this up. Like I said, the call got brought to me as a, watch the people you keeping around you because niggas is on weird shit. And when I made the call to check the perimeter, that's what came back, Filthy, in the form of a phone call. So when me and Phil got off the phone, you said, one of your other comrades, this Solid, was gonna call me. And then that comrade never called me. So that was like, that kind of lifted my eyebrows too. And I know bullshit when I see bullshit. And you know, to the outside world, Phil is a beacon of success that represent East Oakland. So like I said, you know, a lot of shit gets swept under the rug. I'm not the sweeper of the under the rug, but a lot of shit gets swept under the rug, and that's how I be sometimes. So when Phil goes on the live and he makes it seem like niggas calling him, telling, come on, my nigga, Phil, like, come on, man. I've been to your house one time. We never rode in the same car before. Like, we're not the same kind of, you're not the kind of person I hang around. Not on no funny shit, my nigga. You know, you gravitate around the Pooh Hefners and the niggas that, you know, the pretty pimping niggas. That's cool, bro. My neighborhood ain't based on pimping and no shit like that, bro. You know what I mean? Not saying that your neighborhood was, but, you know, I want to be a gangster all my life, and I feel like I perfected that, and now I'm on the other things. So when you try to step into this lane that you don't belong in, and you speak on shit, you put your foot in your mouth like you've been doing. So, if it wasn't for that shit you did last night, like you talking this gangster shit, whatever you talking in the wheelchair and all the shit, I wouldn't even gave a fuck about it. I wouldn't have never even brought your name up and nothing. It would have been just some more of that. We know he's a rat, they swept it up under the rug. And like I say, rat is extreme. But for the way you've been playing the game and the way you've been calling people out and calling yourself alienating people for their wrongs, you turned around and you made a deal with the police in your shop. They didn't even have to get you to the car to get you to interrogations, nigga. You willingly told them that they can go back to the robbery if they didn't go no more on the tape or whatever. Me, that computer would have been destroyed. All that shit would have been pulled out, bruh. It's a simple no-brainer. What you was gonna get me for? Obstructing justice? Regardless if I told the little niggas to do it or whatever. So, there you have it. All that front. So, okay, I left a part out. So when I see you and Kafani going, and I don't know Kafani. I done talked to him like twice since he posted my shit up on the thing, and I wasn't mad at him or nothing. But you know, if you posted me and shit, we should at least make contact and conversate or whatever. So I really didn't know Kafani. This ain't no play with me and Kafani. Kafani's really not one of the type of dudes that I would be around, man. You know, I prided myself. I gravitated to gangsters, man. You know what I mean? I survived off my network of gangsterism. You know what I mean? If I came home and I didn't have nothing, I had a chopper, I had a bulletproof vest, and I had a good motherfucking name. And any of my gangster partners was gonna make sure, like, shit, see, I ain't got no double, huh? Here you go. And we just gonna figure it out. And they probably had a sucker I could put in the trunk at the same time, too. So I ain't never had to dick ride nobody, man. I just survived off the way of the land. My nigga, you know, some old school East Oakland type shit. So, when I see him and Kavai, and mind you, this shit is hella old. So, I'm living my life, my nigga. I'm doing what I gotta do. I don't have no Maseratis, my nigga. I don't have none of the fancy shit, but I have my freedom. I have my kids. I was happy, my nigga. And I could travel anywhere on earth by my motherfucking self. And I'm gonna be all right, my nigga. So, I'm chilling. I see somebody sent me to him and Kafani. I'm looking at it. It's comical. It's funny. But when Kafani started speaking in facts, that nigga face shattered. And he started talking about if he was a rat, they would have killed him. It's a lot of rats over there that ain't dead. So the lie detector detected that was a lie. Niggas ain't killing rats in Oakland. I'm not trying to assassinate no one's character, but it's even rats walking around in my neighborhood, man. Niggas done got old. A lot of niggas done hung up that gangster card. So they're not killing rats. That's a lie, man. Ain't nobody killing no motherfucking rats. It's kids out there killing people. The kids, the little niggas that's gangbanging might be killing they rats, but ain't no, nigga, I could pass through niggas' neighborhood right now. Niggas about 5, 6 rats hanging out right now. So get that bullshit up out of there, man. Get that bullshit up out of there, my nigga. And then the last nigga you made a song about, when y'all played with that nigga down there at halftime, he got the blazing. And niggas ain't looking for him. So come on, man. Get that fake shit up out of here. At the end of the day, man, leave the gangster shit to the gangsters. And it don't make no sense to air your dirty laundry on social media, especially when your shit dirty too, my nigga. I don't give a fuck where you look or what you go find. Go find all the smut you can find on Chris Lockett, man, to report it, my nigga. But you gonna find out I'm a horny nigga to keep my dick in a bitch mouth? Okay, you can blast me for that. You want to criticize my jury? You can blast me for that. You want to criticize what you say? Niggas got fake views and fake shit. Okay, you got me, my nigga. But speak on this gangsterism. You haven't even experienced or been able to see the level of gangsterism niggas come from, bro. You're not even really from Oakland. So I feel like all of this is going on right now because your superiors never checked at you. They never put you in your place, my nigga. And you should have been put in your place. Because my nigga is a stand-up gangster, man. And to add insult to injury, nigga, I put in more work for seminary. Nigga, you ain't even never put no work in for seminary, my nigga. So, all that gangster shit, you, like I said, man, you was rapping about Tay life. You was rapping about Easel life. You was rapping about the niggas who went out there and put that work in. I know who they was. I know where all the gangsters at in East Oakland, West Oakland. And if they don't know me, they know my reputation for being a stand-up gentleman. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, Phil, you a good entertainer, man. Your music might be good to somebody. You got some nice jewelry, some nice cars, but you never been a gangster. Like, you never really been off the porch. You was allowed to stand around in seminary and hang with some real niggas, and that shit went to your head, my nigga. And, yeah, that's basically it. So, when a nigga talk about niggas had paperwork on niggas and niggas made excuses and said it was fake, if I can't identify paperwork, I'm a bitch. If I can't identify paperwork, I'm a hoe. My nigga, come on, I've been in jail. I didn't help niggas like, nigga, I'm damn near like a motherfucking, what you call that shit when you fight your own case? I'm down there like a pro player. You know how I mean? Niggas from seminary, I didn't help beat their motherfucking cases in the motherfucking yellows when niggas, you know what I mean? Some niggas didn't have lawyers, man. Niggas tell me what they was going through, I tell a nigga. You know what I mean? I've been down with all the real niggas, bruh. Like, you name them, we done did some time together. Phil, you been to the Blues probably twice. Like, come on, my nigga. You got some good niggas around you. It's possible, you know. Sometimes, I don't know what your situation is right now, but you shouldn't be allowed to speak on no type of gangster shit, man. You know what I mean? And you really ain't lived that life. Like, cause I'm not a pimp. So I couldn't get on here and educate y'all about how to knock the bitch or what to do or what. Cause that ain't my field. So I gotta stay in my lane. I stand on what I do, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, this is no attack on nobody. It's just I'm tired of the fake shit, my nigga. And Kafani wasn't lying. And Mozzie wasn't lying either. When Mozzie blast your ass on all that rap shit, that came about way of you was pillow talking with Mozzie. How the fuck a Sacramento nigga go know all your neighborhood business? Huh? How the fuck? I don't give a fuck who I fall out with. Nigga can't tell you nothing about what's in the book of good deeds. Nigga? Outsiders don't get to see the book of good deeds, nigga. Who sits around talking about that shit, my nigga? The statute of limitations on murders and things of that nature is endless. You will be in jail for some shit that happened back in '84. So for that nigga to be able to articulate all that information in them raps mean you was sitting around pillow talking with a alien. And look how that worked out for you. So at the end of the day, I feel like I was attacked last night. I feel like my integrity was attacked. You can't attack my integrity, my nigga. You didn't even say my name. And but I still feel like it is what it is, man. So, I look forward to bumping into you. Or anybody I need to bump into. And I stand on everything I just said. I never said I see no paperwork on Phil. I never said Phil was on paperwork. I said Phil took it upon himself. I didn't even say his name, but now I'm saying his name. I'm saying Phil took it upon himself to call me in a admission of guilt. I don't know if he knew he was making an admission of guilt. Maybe he just was in an emotional state saying whatever he was saying, man. But at the end of the day, no computer or none of that shit should have been there by the time the police went there. If my comrades committed any kind of robbery, whether I knew about it or not. I stored people in Sobrante are more gangster than you feel. And they ain't into nothing. But they ain't about to let them people get no tapes or nothing. If somebody get rocked down in front of the store, somebody they pull up, oh, that shit was broke. Wallahi. So, if our store people can do it, you could have did it, bro. They not even from this country, and they more solid than you, my nigga. You dig? So I don't give a fuck about what tape you got with somebody saying you ain't told on them. There's no paperwork. You just gave them what they wanted so you could be in the clear. You saved your ass. That's what most rats do. And sometimes when people save their ass, it don't be a lot of paperwork and things of that nature. So everybody keeps saying, where the paperwork? That's bullshit. That's a smoke screen. That's bullshit, my nigga. If the police ask you, which way did he go? And you say he went that way and that's the way he went, that's telling. You don't need no paperwork for that, my nigga. But at the end of the day, man, I don't give a fuck who hanging around you or whatever. I wish y'all the best still, but, you know, if you go attack somebody on the street, my nigga. Attack somebody that's not in a wheelchair, my nigga. You know, you go hard on. Everybody you went hard on was in a weird situation, man. You went in on Mess after he started sliding down. You knew the Fillmore niggas wasn't fucking with him. You went in on DB. You had the upper hand. Everybody you go in on, it's not a fair fight. It's like a handicap match, my nigga. So that's my spiel, man. I really and I'm not gonna speak on this bitch ass nigga again, man. And any real niggas I may have offended or whatever, man, that wasn't my intentions, but it is what it is. Y'all knew that nigga was a bitch. He's been a bitch. And I know he'd probably be beneficial for niggas and things of that nature, and that's cool. And I kept my mouth closed for long as I could, but y'all should have been put a cork in that bitch ass nigga, my nigga. And all that niggas seen niggas and all that. Man, listen, bro. It's enough bullshit going on in the street, man. But I don't know what your angle is. But I know you ain't gonna be the one outside moving around, bro. You know, I know I ain't gonna see you nowhere at none of the stripper events and none of that shit down here, you know. So, yeah, I don't have no security. So I'm not gonna be moving around with no security. I'm gonna be, well, I do have security, but it's not the same security. You know, it's like the FN type security, shit like that. Things of that nature, state of the art. Always have and always will be. And, you know, shout out to all my fans. I ain't with the messy shit, the sucker shit and nothing, man, but I had to put the nail in this nigga coffin, man, because this nigga did a lot of shit to make East Oakland look weird, man. And like, nigga, we real superior niggas, man. Like, we like Spartans. Like, you know, the real East Oakland niggas, man, you know, niggas that been through hell and back. And when niggas run across other real niggas, we salute. It's like a way of saying, nigga, you survived, nigga, I survived too. Yeah, the town fucked up. It ain't like it used to be. But there's some real niggas around, and most of them quiet and just enjoying their life. You know, Phil, stay in your lane. Go back to pimping or something, my nigga. You know, you make it through this, go back to pimping, my nigga. Go do some shit. Go hang with the bitches, my nigga. You know, go find you some light-skinned niggas you like hanging with. Y'all dress good and all the shit. And do that shit, man. Leave the street shit to the niggas that keep it clean. You know what I mean? Because when you be moving out here in these streets, if you out here and you doing foul shit, your karma come back to you quick. And the reason why I can move around and go to places I go and do the things I do, because I keep it clean. If it's greasy, it's greasy. Let's get this shit up out the way. I ain't never threw no dirt on a nigga name. I ain't never gave a nigga no clip that he was supposed to get. You know what I mean? So I told you I was going to go live and I was going to expose this bitch ass nigga, and I did. And it really can go deeper, but that ain't my thing. I don't want to be famous for, I don't want to be into it with a coward, my nigga. I don't want to be into it with a nigga that would see me coming and go the other way. Phil would run. If we was crossing, he would run, my nigga. Or he'd push a bunch of people in front of him, and then it'll play out however it play out. But You speaking on my nigga, man. My nigga in federal penitentiary right now. He can't defend himself, my nigga. And if he was on the field, we don't even have to talk about this. None of this would have happened if he was on the field, man. So, with that being said, I just shine light on the situation. I have no reason to hate Phil. And it is what it is, man. So, I see it's a lot of comments and shit. I ain't get to respond to nothing because I was in my spiel. But, man, you know, bump into me, man. You want to have a conversation about anything? If you need any... How y'all feeling out there today, man? Shout out to real niggas, man. Shout out to all the niggas that stay in their lane, man. I don't know who Cousin Dre is, but that wasn't a good interview. Because you really didn't get him to speak on nothing but whatever he really wanted to talk about or whatever, man. I don't want this to seem like I know I said I was going to expose him, but I'm getting sick talking about this nigga, you know. So y'all probably laughing at me because I'm smoking these switches. I don't know how to roll. So I got to keep some easy shit around. I usually be stuffing shit and blow it, you know. But man, y'all have a good one. And I don't think that bitch ass nigga will have anything to say. I would be surprised if he tried to talk himself out of this one like he did, man. Like I said, man, I'm not confining. I'm really not a rapper, man. I'm a survivor, and I had a gift, and I choose to try to enlighten my people by way of entertainment, you know what I mean? By way of living in my past, but letting them know, really, it's nothing out there, man. It's damn near over for the streets. You got to slick a little play up. The streets now is taking care of your responsibility. That's the new streets, my nigga. You take care of your responsibilities, and if you got like a little play, then you keep your play going, and that's it, man. With that being said, I'm tapping out. It's the highest live I done ever had. Thank everybody for tapping in. At 100. See ya.
Well.
What you think, right?
But that's it.